Hero Hoos!
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to another Hero House Reviews. Today looking at the Marvel Legends Disney Plus wave, Baron Zemo. Now, Zemo is probably one of the coolest characters to come from the MCU for me. I mean, he's very low-key, but just his lack of powers and the fact that he has to sort of be resourceful and still manages to be one of the most effective antagonists makes him a badass. He's well acted on top of that, and I think he's going to be a big part of the MCU going forward. I mean, his dichotomy with the new Captain America is stellar. I really want them to develop that further. So I hope we see more of him in the MCU. But this also means I wanted him to have an amazing action figure. And unfortunately, this is one of the weakest Marvel Legends we've had in a while. It's on, I don't know if it's a new body that they've done for the Disney Plus wave, but it is a body that I hate. It makes him look so thin without the coat. I think it's the body they're using for Bucky as well, and it just looks awful. It makes him skinny. The head sculpt is good, and the jacket is nicely done. But his arms as well, as you can see, the color of the coat doesn't match. They didn't paint this section the color of the coat, so it just looks a bit odd if his arms aren't in exactly the right position. And the billowy sleeves mean he can't move his arm to 90 degrees. He's got very limited arm articulation. That's as far as it'll go. So that's less than 75? That's terrible. I mean, he's got the 360 rotation, and he can rotate that 360, but that is, not being able to lift your arm in this day and age is terrible for an action figure. His head, decent articulation, so you can get some movement, look that much up, that much down. He doesn't have a diaphragm joint per se, he has the crunch, so he can go forward that much. And then your swivel actually comes from the waist, which will give you 360, so you can get the movement. But I don't understand why this joint, why it's a backward step. His feet, coat doesn't stop him coming forward, while his legs go back, he can't really. And outwards, it will somewhat hinder your attempts to go out, but it will also flick back because it's a softer plastic. But yeah, you can't really get the full Van Damme. You can if you force it. And he's got 360 thigh cuts, double jointed knees, which are going to give you more than 90, but obviously if you try and push it back, he hits the coat. And then he has no shin swivel. Again, why is this figure so archaic in its design? And he can't bring his feet up at all because of the design of the pants or the sculpt of the pants. Can go down okay. And then you do get a decent-ish ankle pivot. But yeah, so he's got somewhat restricted legs, very restricted arms, somewhat restricted torso, mediocre sculpt. The accessories are kind of cool. He comes with, 2 extra hands, a gun, Bucky's red book, and an extra masthead. Did I already say that? I can't remember. And, a Build-A-Figure piece, but Build-A-Figure pieces don't count as accessories. They're just shameless money grabs. So it's not as good as I wanted. I wish his arms weren't so restricted. I wish his feet joints weren't so restricted. I wish his body didn't look so skinny and ugly without the coat. The thick arms sort of accentuated as well. I mean, it's just such a bad body sculpt. Why would they make this? But for all the accessories and the fact that the articulation isn't awful, and it's a, decent enough face sculpt, I will give this 3.75 out of 5. Oh, is that too harsh? No, I really don't like this body, and his balance isn't great because of the coat. Yeah, they could have just done a much better job engineering him on every level. 3.75 out of 5. Let's dive into the pictures and wrap this up. One sec. Okay, folks, and there we have it. The Marvel Legends Disney Plus Baron Zemo. Yeah, I mean, he's not a terrible figure by any means, and he does look better with the mask head on, I think. I think it complements the sort of sleek body, but that body is too sleek. He's so skinny and small looking, and it bothers me. Yeah. And coupled with the sort of limited articulation and accessories that are good, but not fantastic, yeah, I can only give this 3.75 out of 5. And I guess we'll just leave that there. If you enjoyed this review, we have plenty more that are updated very regularly. We've also got Hero House, the Wreckers, Figure Fights, Top 10 lists, and ranking lists, so loads of content to enjoy. So please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you again. Thanks for your time, and all the best. Bye.